Hello, everybody. So I brought this kit out yesterday to make my Christmas tree card, which is here somewhere. I've got all these cards that I've made, and they're all kind of sitting here. I wanted to use the papers in there to make the card. So, and I thought, there really is some cute stuff here, some cute fall stuff in here too. Why don't we look at it and see what we can do with it? Like, that is just adorable. And I mean, we got embossing folders and truck dies and fireplace die. Here's the light. There's a sled and mittens. Stencil. And there's just all kinds of stuff in here. So I thought, let's look at the foliage. Let's do something with this. So I'm gonna do something with it. So let's just start in and do something. We got all the papers, and I'm thinking about the wagon, the wheelbarrow with the pumpkins, and there's dies for those. And we could put the pumpkins actually in the wheelbarrow. And I can show you how we can do that. But I'm gonna, and we need some paper. So how about this works for me. Let's pick a paper that'll go with it. Well, first let's do everything we want to do with it. So I'm gonna get this stencil out, and I'm just gonna stencil on here. Let me cut this down. Trying to figure out the best way to cut it to save the best pieces of paper. That's gonna have to be this way. Okay. So I'm gonna cut my piece of paper a little bit bigger, and I'll tell you why. So this means the grip mat is probably not gonna work so great, but maybe I'll still use the grip mat to hold the paper down. No, I'm just gonna do this. That's really, really close, but that's not the size of the card we're gonna do, so. All right, that works. So I'm gonna get, what, like a green. Here's green topaz, never been opened yet. So what does that mean? That means I'm gonna have to be careful. This is water reactive. I'm not worried about that. I'm not gonna use any watercoloring on this. So I'm gonna grab, hopefully, a blender. There's a blue ink pad in my blending drawer. That is not supposed to be there. I'm gonna cover this, so let me just make sure there's no color left in here. Nope. Okay. So I just want to use as much of this stuff as I can today, just to check it out. This is not layering or anything like that, so I don't have to worry about coming back through with it. I'm not even real worried about doing it perfect. I have found that if we're doing it for the background, after watching everybody, it doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be everywhere uniform or none of that. So we're just gonna, as long as I keep it in place, I think we'll be okay with it. All right, let's try that. See how that is. I'm happy with that. Okay, I'm gonna trim it out. Just cutting along the line. I don't know how much of it I'm gonna actually use for the card, because by the time I do mats and layers and everything, okay. So that's trash. Let's get, don't think I'm gonna need those again, but I'm not gonna put them away just in case. And I'm gonna grab my, this, and I'm gonna use this embossing folder. We'll see how it looks together. If it works. If it doesn't work, then we can start over. We want, which side do we want? This way, I believe. Uh-oh. There it goes. I knew they went through. I just having some trouble for getting it there. Okay, so there's texture and there's background. You can see that. Just to add more interest is what I'm hoping. Okay, and then I want to do the wheelbarrow with the pumpkins. So there's that. So I need brown. And I can use that. What color is this? Is that the same? It's a lighter color. I don't want the lighter. That's too light and too close. Let's try this brown for the wagon. Wagon, I keep saying wagon. Wheelbarrow. Wheelbarrow. When I was a kid, my grandparents, they were farmers. They had always been farmers, and when they retired, they kept, they got a house, a little house, but it had quite a bit of property, and so they you know, continued. I wonder if that's going to show. Let's hope that shows. They had quite a bit of property. So, you know, my grandpa always had always had a garden. Oh, my grandpa, he could grow anything. It didn't matter. He could grow it. He had blackberries, blackberry bushes, strawberries, apricot tree, what else? They grew rhubarb back then. Rhubarb was kind of a big thing. What else did they grow? I don't know, but he also kept bees. He had bees, and let's see if this is gonna be dark enough. Yep, that works for me. But anyways, yeah, they always had a wonderful garden, and my grandma had tons of flowers, and you know, that was just the way they did. And my grandma used to use all that stuff. She used to make her own jam. She used to can her jam, and oh, look, what I wouldn't give for a jar of my grandma's jam, let me tell you. But anyways, and here's the thing. Here, this might gross you out, but my grandma and grandpa did snuff. I don't know what you call it. It's not really chewing, because snuff is like a powder. And their snuff used to come, they would buy them by the case. They got their snuff. And they came in these glasses, these glass jars. And my grandma used those snuff jars as her jam jars. And actually, they were the perfect size, believe it or not. These jam jars. I hope I got this good. Were the perfect size. And she would can them, and then, you know, there was always a coating of wax between the lid and the jam. And my grandma used to always tell me, now, if you open up a new one and there's something wrong with that wax, you don't eat that jam. And I don't know if I ever opened up a new one. I remember my grandma sending me, she used to keep them in a box under her bed. And she would send me, and I would see all those jars of jam, and just think that it was amazing. Okay, there's my wheelbarrow. I like that. That turned out really well. That is so cute. As cute as I thought it was going to be. All right, so, yeah, she didn't buy them ball jars. She used her snuff jars. And so, yeah, now you know something you probably didn't want to know about me. Okay, I need orange now for the pumpkins. And it looks like, is that both orange or is that red? That might be red. That looks like red. All right, well, we'll use that orange. Oh, excuse me. So I'm going to use, what did I do with that brown? Yeah. I'm going to use brown on the pumpkins too. Why did we get on that subject? Oh, anyway, so my grandpa always had a wheelbarrow. And always the wooden wheelbarrow. And we used to play in that wheelbarrow. We used to give each other rides. And yeah, my grandparents were older. I didn't have young grandparents. I had older grandparents. My dad was a surprise change of life baby. So, yeah, my grandparents were older. And honestly, I would not trade that for the world, because I know a lot of stuff that's old-fashioned stuff that a lot of my friends didn't know because they had the younger grandparents. So nothing could be better than going to Grandma and Grandpa's house. Nothing. And they were from Arkansas. And they had moved out to California. I guess my grandpa got a job on a farm in California as like the head person in charge or something, I don't know. But so they moved to California, and that's how we all ended up in California instead of, out in the country. They lived in Arkansas. They lived in Texas. My dad was actually born in Texas, but most of the family comes from Arkansas, like my dad's cousins and stuff like that. But yeah. So I had older grandparents, and honestly, my grandma lived to be 98 years old. My uncle, one of my uncles, because they had 7 kids. Back then, they never had birth control. And they had 7 kids. I'm trying to think if that included my dad or not. I can't remember. Anyways, they had 7 kids. Now, why was I saying that? Why did I get on the subject of 7 kids? Oh, so one of my uncles, I don't remember what I was going to say about my uncle. Oh. Don't remember what I was going to say. I'm looking and I do not see my craft knife. And I'm thinking, I have not seen my craft knife in a long time. And Anna Griffin Create is coming up. And I'm going to be wanting that. I'm going to need to get a craft knife. But for now, I think I can use this. If it went all the way through. It didn't. It did not. Uh, mm, Darn, I didn't want to do that. I am messing up my wheelbarrow. It would have been nice if I had my... I need a scrap. It would have been nice if I had my craft knife. Oh, you can see it's white core paper, that's for sure. This does not want to cut through. It is just... There we go. Now I gotta find a way to clean that up. So here's what I was hoping to do. I wonder if it would look better if I did it that way. There we go. There. So then this could go on here. It definitely needs some edging. Can't really see around it. Well, I'm messing it up big time here. But let's do this a little bit more. That's really, maybe that's what I need to do, just rustic it out. Maybe brown wasn't the perfect choice for the background. Now, if you get that pumpkin back in there, that pumpkin there, that'll cover up the white. Okay, so let me glue this one onto this one. I don't want it to look... I want it to cover up that way, but at the same time, I don't want it to look weird. There we go. So this is glue here. Oh, I took the whole tip off. And this will glue here to the back. And I can put that there. Okay, let's get some backing going here and figure out how big I need this to be. I got the Anna Griffin Create coming. I got oh, what's it called? Croptoberfest coming. And then I'm doing a oh, what am I doing? I'm doing a crop. I'm going to a crop And it's gonna be like 2 days. And I don't really want the Christmassy looking stuff. I want the fallish looking stuff. The paper though is pretty Christmas looking. Or winter more than anything. So that, and then this, there needs to be something to break that up. So maybe I need more of a brown and then a green. Let's see. I thought that green was gonna work, and no. So maybe I need this, something like this, or, aha, here we go. This. And then from in here, I'm gonna pull green. Let's see how that looks. Okay. But what about that orange? The orange from the pumpkins is nowhere. There is an orange here, but I don't know if that's the same tone. It's not. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, that's not big enough. But that might work. I don't know. It brightens it up a lot instead of that dark. Right, that's a lot brighter looking. And that's what I'm gonna do. And actually, if I do that, I might be able to do that. I like that. Okay. I think I like that. So, I also want to do more pumpkins. But first, let's get our layers, mats and layers taken care of here. Let me get my paper trimmer. So just to give you an example, we'll measure the card. So it is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So I'm gonna get the first paper and I'm gonna take it to, I like to cut with the small size first, so I'm leaving the bigger size behind. So 4 1/4, and I'm gonna come down that, I don't know if that's 1/8 of an inch or 1/16 of an inch, but that very next line down is where I like to go. I think that's 1/8 of an inch, but could be wrong. And then 5 1/2. See, so if I cut it at 5 1/2 to start, this piece that's left behind would have been smaller. And you're still using the same amount of paper, but you just got bigger scraps, I guess is what I'm saying. Okay, so I come down that little bit of an inch. Again, it's an 8. No, 1/16. 1/16 of an inch smaller. Just, mostly I do it because I don't like for this paper to overhang. And then, of course, you might see a little bit of the card blank. So you have to watch that it doesn't completely clash, but you're not seeing that much of it. Okay, so 4 1/4, 5 1/2, and now I'm going to come down here, and you got to figure out how much do you want now. So 4 1/4, and I came down that little bit. Now, how big do I want? 4 1/4. And I came down that much. So I'm going to go to the mark just under the 4. And then it was 5 1/2. And I'm coming down 1/4 of an inch. So there. I just went, yeah, smaller, good. I'm like, oh, did I do that wrong? Thinking there for a second that I messed up. Let's see, here we go. So it's just a small border. So if you want to cut that piece out of the center of there, you can. I don't do that. Why? There's something sticky on here. Oh, I maybe should have done it the other way. Yep, I think I should have done it the other way. Well, either way. All right, so let me measure this again because I want to make sure that I get this right. So I want to come down another 1/4 of an inch. I want to come to there, so I'm going to come here. You kind of want to cut off about the same. I'm thinking on both sides, just trying to keep it somewhat in line. So let's see how that looks. So that's a bit more than I wanted it to be. So now I'm going to have to kind of do that here too. So I'm probably going to need to go to about there, which is I'll put it up a little bit. Just let's see, because I don't want to do a mistake. Okay, so I need to take more off. And I'm going to take it off the top. Just there we go. That was just one notch away from it being right. Okay, so then this will go in here. This will go here. This will go here. Okay, I think it's looking pretty cute. That wheelbarrow barely fits from side to side. It's just fitting. So let me make sure my card blank is going the right way. And my glue is over here. I'm taking the whole top off because I'm gonna do this smoother side because there's so much texture on that I don't think I need the linen side. I need the more smoother side. And like, man, all this cute stuff in this kit, and I didn't use it. What is wrong with me? Look what I did. Oh, oh, oh. Take it off quickly. Put it on here. And then what did I do? I stuck this on with the glue so it will stick. Oh boy, you were all probably yelling at me too. Lori, no, no, don't do that. Don't tape that there. I could hear you. I just didn't hear you until I already had it down, but at least I heard you before it was stuck. All right. I'm gonna glue the wheelbarrow down. No, the wheelbarrow goes on this. Oh my, that would have been. I was looking, the reason I spotted that, was because the orange pumpkins against the orange paper, and I thought, whoa, that's weird. Why would I do that? And then I realized, well, wait a minute. I guess my brain doesn't want to work today. So with this being embossed, I want to make sure I got plenty of glue to hold it down with all the little nooks and crannies in there. All right, let's get this on here. Does that look straight? Well, fall colors, okay. I mean, can you get any more fall colors than that? I do definitely want to make some more pumpkins. Pumpkins. So let me do I think I'll do one big one and two smaller ones. So, and the way that works and how that works and why that works and why I chose that number, I'll explain. So what they say is odd numbers for some reason draw more attention than even numbers. And so it also, for some reason, you don't have to line everything up perfect and all of that when you're using odd numbers because it's an odd number, right? So the uniformity or whatever is not required. So most supposedly, for what they say, decorators use the number 3 or 5. So by doing 3 here, which will go down here around the wheelbarrow, I'll have the 3 odd number, but all together with these will be the 5 odd number. So it should work out good. I'm gonna find out, right? Well, I should, yeah, might as well just cut them out. Oops, wrong. All right, let me put this back so I don't lose it. Okay, and the dice now. So the large one first. Let me get the marquee out. Now these all cut out really pretty good. I was surprised how well. But because I'm feeling so confident, I might mess up. I hope not. Okay. So there's one. And see how I messed it up a little bit. I didn't get right in there. I didn't have an even border. So I might have to come and trim it out. But if you can line them up pretty good, you should be all right. Shh, don't do what I did, please. I don't know if that's okay or not, but nobody said it's okay, so please. Look, there's another one I messed up. I knew that was gonna happen this time. I don't know why, but I did. I don't know. Maybe this one will be right. Please. Okay, that one turned out pretty good. Happy with that one. Okay, now this can come back over here with these other dies. And, they could almost just go the way they are, huh? Just like that. But of course we're not gonna do that. I want my legs to show. There we go. And just do it like that. So easy. Oh wait. Good thing. I just want to trim where I didn't do so great. Doesn't have to be perfect, but I just don't want to leave quite as much orange as I did. Okay, there's one. This one works the way it is. 2. And then on this one, I just need to get a little bit off that bottom. And it may make it look smaller than that one. It does. Makes it look a little bit smaller than that one. Okay, glue. Glue. The glue does not want to come out. There we go. It's like there was an air bubble. Okay, so here, so you can still see my cute legs, still see my cute wheel. This is the one that might look a little bit smaller because I had to cut it more. So I'm going to put that next just because I think that's going to be the least expected. Boy, that time it came out, didn't it? Okay, and then down and over here. But now since I placed this one down lower, it might make it look the same size. All right, there we go. I just need a sentiment now. And I know there was a ton of stamps and stuff. I'm not real sure what we have here. Let's see. So that's not working. That's not going to work. That's not doing it. That's not. What did I do with all the rest of this stuff? Here we go. Here we go. I mean, there was a lot in here, right? I thought I was going to put some foliage around it, but I don't think. What does it say? Cozy. No. Thankful and blessed. That's what we need. Or best Thanksgiving wishes. Do I want it on this orange or the other orange? Let's do it on the other orange. You know what I like is, it would have been nice to put it right there. Just straight on, but with the embossing now, it's just too late. I always think of the sentiment last. There we go. Now sometimes they'll put a die in. I don't see it. Nope. All right, so we're just gonna trim. Trim. I need to cut that from there. I think I just cut off part of the G. So So I need to cut real close here. It's just not straight. Huh. I don't know why, but I don't usually do this. I don't know why, but I always just feel like it's kind of odd. I don't know. It always just feels kind of odd to me. But I'm going to do it, I think, because I think that's where it's either that or here. No, it's going to go up here somewhere. So let me put some glue on. Kind of low. There we go. And there's our card. What do you think? I think it's cute. Oh, that's a little crooked. Too late. Cute, I think. I love this set. Honestly, can't believe I didn't do more with it at the time. All right, everybody. Thank you for joining me. If you like my video, please hit the like and subscribe button. I hope you come back. Everybody have a blessed day. Bye-bye now.